Welcome to another episode of Ozfish. Dave here, let's get some. Well, I haven't posted a video in over a month. After New Year's Eve I got really sick with the flu, which turned into bronchitis, and then I got COVID on top of that. So I've been really sick for about 3 to 4 weeks, and yeah, haven't come 100% good yet, but good enough to fish. I'm in the southern end of the lake today. Keep it pretty simple today. I'm going to come out and do some vibe fishing, see if I can catch a couple of jewfish and a few flathead. But the idea today is, yeah, put some marks back into my new sounder, because I haven't fished in this area since I've had the new boat. So let's get on it, see how we go. Yeah, I'm just going to throw some vibes. For the next hour I'm going to punch out a Jackal Trans Am. The Jackal Trans Am is my favourite soft vibe of all the vibes that you can buy in the tackle shops and online. They're very expensive. These retail for about $36. But in my opinion, these are the best soft vibe that you can actually buy on the market. These were the first soft vibes that came into the country, and we began using these years ago, and they're a dynamite soft vibe on multiple species. So I'm going to use two colours today. I'm going to use a pinkhead chartreuse, which is an awesome all-round colour on a Jackal Trans Am. And I'm also going to use like a chartreuse with an orange belly, another fantastic all-round like Jackal Trans Am colour in the daytime and in the night time. So I'm fishing with an outfit fairly heavy, because it's just got what I've got. Like this outfit here is what I use for snapper. So it's a Tamaki Zing Extreme 10 to 17 pound rod. I think it's got 20 pound braid, and I've probably got a 20 pound leader. And it doesn't necessarily matter when you're fishing for jew and for flathead. Fishing a little heavier doesn't seem to worry him. But anyway, they're the two colours I'm going to build out just the next hour, and see if I can maybe sting a jew or a few flathead. It's early in the day yet, the sun's right over my head, so it's not the best time for fishing, but nonetheless, there's plenty of scattered bait on the sounder. Let's give it a crack. Plenty of fish showing on the sounder at the moment, but what they look like is actually like tailor. It's a fairly big school of tailor here. Yeah, one thing you'll get a lot of when you come out in the open on the Trans Ams and soft vibes is yeah, like you'll catch a lot of tailor. Well, I had a fish there. Not sure what it is. Must be like a big bram or a snapper maybe. There you go. I wasn't kind of expecting that. Like, I knew when I got hit by that fish it wasn't a jewfish, but yeah, nice snapper. A bit of a bump on his head. Probably a fish about, I don't know, 51, 52. But yeah, like a really nice fish. So I'm out for a bit of a feed today, so I think I'll take this fish. My wife really loves snapper, so yeah, I'm stoked to catch that snapper, because that fish came right in the middle of the day. It's actually, it's about 2:30 in the afternoon, so to catch a pinky like that, the sun high over your head, that's pretty cool. Yeah, so, yeah, beautiful fish. Yeah, baby. And yeah, I caught that fish on the orange belly chartreuse Jackal Trans Am. Really good lure on the lake. Really good lure on the Hunter River. So, yeah. One of my favourites. I'll just get a quick measurement. So yeah, that pinky went 52 centimetres, which is a nice snapper for the lake. Anyway, let's see if we can get another one. Okay, the strategy that I adopted there to catch that snapper was, I'm in the brand new boat, and I've fished these areas out here a lot over the years. And what these areas are, it's really interesting. Like, there's a lot of like really old cockle bed and old cockles in this area, and there's a series of humps, what we refer to as humps, and rises in this area. They're all over the place. There's probably, you know, hundreds of these rises or humps, and they're all old cockle beds. They're not really active cockle beds or live. They're covered in a little bit of moss and weed, but they definitely rise up in the bottom out here, all over the place. So I came out and I'd sounded over a series of humps that I knew were here, and I'd placed them in my into my sounder. And then I'd gone out wider over to another heap of humps that I knew were there. I'd put them into the sounder, and I'd ground away out on the wider humps there for about 45 minutes, and all I caught was a tailor. So I actually punched back in to the inside humps here, and the wind's blowing from the southeast today, so I just came upwind of my marks on the GPS and put the drag bag out, and I just slowly drifted through those humps, through those old cockle beds, and caught that snapper. So yeah, what I'm going to do today is continue to mark all the humps into my sounder, and then I'm just going to move around a fair bit, and I'm going to just drift through all those colonies of humps, them groups of humps, and see if I can grind out a Jew or two, or some flathead, and maybe a few other snapper. That's basically what I'm doing. And I don't know why those old cockle bed humps are there. It's possible that many years ago they were commercially harvesting maybe the cockle beds in Lake Macquarie, and maybe they were just cleaning them and taking the cockles out, and then perhaps it looks like to me like they were perhaps just dumping like big areas of like the old cockle shells that they had, and maybe that's why there's humps, because all the humps cockles, they all seem to be sort of open and covered in weed and moss. So I'm not exactly sure why they're there, but they are really good areas to fish around, because there's sort of anomalies in these big areas out in the open, and I think it actually draws maybe small shrimp and prawns and little crustaceans, and it certainly draws in the bait fish. They seem to get some sort of protection around those humps, and the bream and the flathead and the jewfish aren't too far away. They're hunting over the top of those mounds and those rises in amongst the cockle beds. And perhaps I think the tide is maybe running in now. It's a high tide about 7 o'clock tonight, but I'm in the southern end of the lake, so it could be an hour and a half delay. I think maybe there's not much tidal flow here in the southern end of the lake, but it must be a little bit, and maybe it just causes upwellings and eddies, and it draws in the bait fish and the predator as well. But yeah, way out in the open, in the middle of nowhere, but just fishing structure really. It's just fishing this sort of structure, and it seems to work okay. Let's see if we can get a few jew. That's what I want to get today. A couple of jew and a big dog flathead. Let's get on it. When you come through with your side scan on, you can actually just see the humps, like those rises on your side scan. You can see those like big wide sort of like features coming up on your side scan, and they're actually individual sort of like humps that you come through. So yeah, it's kind of cool. You can see them really clearly on your side scan. So what I'm also doing is I'm using the mapping on the Garmin sounder. It picks the rises and it picks the contours, it picks the drop-offs like really well. So yeah, I'm using that as well. That's really cool. So this is how I've been using my soft vibes lately. I've been having a bit of a play around them in the swimming pool at home and just watching how they swim. So I've been throwing as far as I can. And I'm wind assisted here. It's pretty hard wind from the southeast. So a big long cast, and then I've been holding my rod up in the air, and I've actually been keeping tension on the braid. Because if you have a look at them in the pool, if you've got slack line, the transam actually just goes down like that. But I've been trying to wind and keep tension on the transam as it swims down to keep the lure pointing at me and swimming down. And then when it touches down, I've been giving 3 big lifts, winding hard, pausing for a second, another big lift, keeping tension on it, waiting for a second, just to give the fish a bit of a chance to to jump on it. And then what I do is I do a half size lift. So it's lifting up and down just a little quicker. I do 3 of those. Really important to wind down really hard. Keep that Trans Am swimming at you. And then I'll be just popping it. Winding down on it. Short pops just to get it to... Yeah, and that's how I've been using the Trans Am. It seems to work okay. It's a bit of everybody's technique, really. Fish. A bit better fish than I thought. Just woke up. Oh, nice flathead with the Trans Am all the way down. Just got to back the drag off. Go really light on the drag. Going in to pop me off. Lucky I got 20-pound leader. I was so lucky to catch that flathead because yeah, the Trans Am's gone. So yeah, it's a really nice flathead on the Trans Am. Probably close to 70. So I'll get on the brag mat, get a quick measurement, and he's probably 70, so I'll have to let him go. So 74 centimetre flathead. Oh yeah, let's get it back. So yeah, that flatty got the lure down really deep, but I managed to get it out. So hopefully she'll recover okay. Well, that's a wrap for Ozfish today. It's been a super tough session. Sometimes Lake Macquarie can be really cruel. So all I've caught today is a dozen tailor, 152 centimetre snapper, a nice flathead, a nice 74 centimetre flathead, but nothing else. Like, I'm going to fish right up to pitch black dark, but yeah, like I've just persevered and hung in there trying to catch a Jew. But yep, the Jew fish have eluded me today.